Welcome to the Shattered Throne, Bungie's first three-man dungeon, Marasov's own throne world within the Ascendant Realm. Now, how is that possible? Well, there's a story brewing in the background that is going to blow people away, and it involves a certain three-eyed guardian that is missing from the picture. Now, things will make sense a little later on, but for now, let's talk about an easy way to defeat the final boss, Dul Incaru, within the Shattered Throne. Guardians, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken guide, and this time, let's talk about this dungeon, the Shattered Throne. Now, having basically a three-man raid, I think is pretty freaking awesome. I mean, the size, the challenge, the lore behind it, all of it right up my alley, and also tying an endgame weapon into it, another great move for Bungie, even though they probably should have tested things a little more, but it is still a great experience. So, as I'm sure you know, once you beat the Ogre and you come up to the statue of Sjur, you present your Awoken Talisman to start the quest for Wishender. Now, I'll have a complete guide for that in another video that's in editing as we speak, but what you want to do here is work your way to the end of the Shattered Throne, and when you see Dul Incaru and these three Darkblade looking guys, you know that you're at the end. Now, there was an early data mine, and it incorrectly stated that this person here was the final raid boss in Last Wish. Now, personally, not a fan of data mining, but they weren't really all that wrong. The final boss for the dungeon is more of a final encounter than an actual boss. As we know, Last Wish is Riven, Dul Incaru is for the Shattered Throne. Now, the Ogre, however, the Ogre was way more of a challenge than this, of course, depending on how you handle the Ogre. But this boss fight, also depending how you handle this, can be quite easy as well. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to show you all a super easy way to beat this encounter that does not involve glitching out the ads or switching characters. Once we go over it, for those who are interested in how this fight actually works, I'll explain the entire mechanic. So first things first, this fight is 590, just like the Ogre and everything past it. And, of course, everything hurts. If you are 580 and above, you're going to be fine. And also, at this point in time, at least one character should be around, 580 if you started, Forsaken in day one. So what you want to look for, guys, are these statues to the left and right of the spawn area. You'll notice that they have these big old heads that's flat on the top. Perfect for standing on. Practice getting up there and try to move to the back side of the head closest to the ledge. Basically as far away from the boss as you can go on the top of these statues' head. If you're too far up, the boss can still hit you somehow and you'll get melted, which is something you want to try to avoid. It's best if you have a Titan with melting point with you. Of course, the more Titans the merrier. Tether Hunter also works nicely for another part, which I'll talk about in a second. If you're a Warlock, switch over to a DPS super, something like, Chaos Reach works great. So, one Guardian per statue to the left and the right. Start the encounter and immediately throw grenades where the Scions spawn in on the left and right hand side. Now, Storm Grenade received a massive buff the week before Forsaken dropped, and one grenade will take all of them out. I highly recommend it. So, getting these Scions out of the way is imperative, or they will keep multiplying and it's over. Spawn kill them or take them out one by one, the faster the better. Now, as two Guardians are up on the statue, the third will help, of course, take out the Scions and then bait the Knights to follow you to the edge, right in between these two statues. Once they all line up in between the statues, just keep walking backwards, fall off the edge, and die. This will put all three Knights right in front of two Whisperers, and for some reason, they just stay there. Now, since there are no rally banners for this dungeon, heavy is always a problem for the boss encounters. Whisper partially helps this problem, but just shoot the Knights and make sure that you proc White Nail as much as possible. The Knights just sit there looking dumb and they take damage. Try to take the Knights down as fast as possible, and when you do, you'll notice one orb dropping from each Knight. Those are damage buffs. As soon as the third Knight is down, have the person who baited the Knights spawn in. Once the person who spawns in grabs the three buffs, it's going to give it to the whole team. Having three buffs means you can simply melt Dul Incaru in one phase and not have to continue on with the mechanics. However, if you only have two, you're going to be missing out on a ton of damage. So simply use Whisper while Titan goes up for melting point and go to town. You want to make sure you keep hitting crits as it stuns her, which allows the Titan to not only apply melting point, but use the Ikelos shotgun without getting melted himself. So just burn her down, and that is it, my friends. Job done. And not only have you beat the Shattered Throne, but there is a secret achievement to beat the final boss in one phase, which you have just done. Okay, I guess I shouldn't say achievement, a secret triumph. So that is the easy way to fight her. Now, if you're a high enough power level, if you're already, past 590 and 600, then you don't really have to use the easy statue method. Just bait the knights to one side of the room, and once they are close to the edge, jump over top of the knights, and then head over to the opposite side of the tower, and as they slowly walk towards you, just use Whisper, 1 knight per person. Melt them down, pick up the orbs, and do the exact same thing we just did. Now, if you fail at downing the knights in time, they will either receive an immunity shield from the boss, or others will respawn with full health. Now, just note that if you grab the buff without killing all the knights, a countdown will take place. You can do damage to her with just 1 or 2 buffs, but you're only going to have like a minute or so to do damage. This is the countdown to your death. To get rid of it, the whole team has to jump into the glowing blue aura in the middle. This cleanses you and takes away the timer. Like I said, jump in as a team because kind of like the Vault of Glass, it goes away once it's used. So downing all 3 is the goal here. Now, if you're having trouble with it, it's best to get them all down to 1/4 of health left and then wait for the next round. This way, you have all the time you're going to need. Now, if they do get an immunity shield, you have to shoot the big crystal that's located behind the boss. Shoot it, and then it goes to the next round. The boss will rotate around the room slowly, but she does rotate, and the crystal will always be behind her. Once you pop the crystal, scions will spawn in, and they can multiply out of control extremely fast, so make sure you get rid of them ASAP. Like I mentioned earlier, 1 storm grenade or pulse grenade and it wipes them out. After you've wiped the scions, finish the knights, drop all 3, grab the buffs, and then snipe her down. The worst part about this fight, guys, heavy freaking ammo. I take for granted how awesome the rally banner is within the raid because you find out how bad the heavy ammo economy is when you're in the Shattered Throne. So the best thing to do is just heavy runs on the scions. Just kill the scions, wipe it, kill the scions, wipe it. Put on armor with heavy ammo finder, and if you have high power armor with sniper rifle reserves on it, you can get 6 shots from 1 brick of heavy, so that is definitely worth it. Put on as many heavy ammo perks as you can find, and then farm the scions for heavy. It takes a while, but try to get at least 12 shots per person. Tethering the 3 knights will basically give you your tether back if you're using the rigs. Now, it's not all the way back, but damn near close. And when the scions walk into it, you will get it back. This is when you want the scions to split up as much as possible because you're trying to farm here. The more adds you kill, the more chances for heavy. Once you guys have enough heavy, put your good gear back on and then get ready. But that's it, guys. Jump on the statues, bait them off, kill them, get the 3 buffs, and then take her down. It's really, really simple. It's a fun and easy encounter no matter if you use the statue method or if you just try to do it when you're all 3 alive. Now, one piece of advice before I go, do not use the Well of Radiance or an Empowering Rift to do damage. Like I mentioned within my raid guides, the well and rifts are bugged right now. Not everyone gets this bug all the time, but it seems like it rotates through. The bug here stops some weapon perks from working properly. White Nail is one of them, as is the reload capability of Lunafactions. It'll glitch them out, and you'll have to reload after every 3 shots, critical hits or not. That is a huge blow to your total DPS, and with such time, you're going to need it. Not to mention, you don't get your shots back when you have to reload, so that screws you over even more. It's more beneficial to use a damage super for clearing ads or boss DPS than to try out your well. Chaos Reach with Geomax stabilizers are freaking amazing. It basically doubles the length of Chaos Reach, which is something you would definitely need. But that's it, guys, an easy way to put down the boss and complete the Shattered Throne. Remember, it's only here for a limited amount of time. We're going to have to wait until the curse is back at its strongest and the blind well is charged enough to open the rift into this throne world, which won't be for another 3 weeks. So if you need to do Wish Ender stuff or you want to beat it before it goes away, today, Monday, October 1st, this is your last chance until the 23rd. Just a quick The More You Know message brought to you by your friends here at Sly Nation. But I'm out, ladies and gents. As always, you are beautiful, and I just want you to know you are my favorite gamer. Take care, y'all, and subscribe for more Last Wish and Dreaming City guides. Spank the thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed yourself, and comment down below if you have any questions, you have any tips or tricks of yourself, or if you just want to say what's up. Later, guys, and keep those eyes open for more vids coming out soon, but until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you guys next time.